end up in the States in Thunder Down Under. Australia's Thunder Down Under.
Australia's Thunder from Down Under.
And then, how old were you when you came over?
24.
You're serious, sort of baby when you came over.
I'd never left Australia. I was
your first time leave. That's the same as me.
I was a naive little fella back then, and then
and that's the problem, bro. I came over when I was 31, but I mean, we're both like small town type people, right?
Yeah.
Very easy going from a small town, and all of a sudden you come over here on a plane, and then you're on billboards, you're driving around limousines, you hang out with all the other performers and all the other shows. You're on TV. I was on TV the first week I was here, doing these promotions, and I was just like, "Whoa, I'm just this small town kid."
Yeah, no,
it's weird, right?
It's definitely mind blowing, and it's just like at first, I was going, you know, because I didn't really, like you said, you come over here with naive and I was a bit naive, and you know, I just sort of was doing me. But then you look back on it, you're like, yeah, like you said, you came over here from a small town, and I mean, I was lucky enough to do a movie. I was like,
I was going to touch on that. You're in, was it Bad Day? Or?
Yeah, Alexander, the No Good, Terrible, Horrible, Bad Day or something.
Yeah, it must have been 12 months ago. I'm sitting there watching TV. I was like, that's Alex.
Oh, no, Phil. I mean, don't blink or you'll miss the part.
Yeah, but I mean, how cool the fact is you're in a Hollywood movie.
Yeah,
Super
it was really good. And we were lucky enough to meet, you know, Jen Gardner and Steve Carell and stuff, and they were legends. Steve Carell is like, he's just a legend.
Is he just as funny in real life as
so there was a scene in the movie when the director was he'd say something and the rest of the cast was supposed to laugh. And because it's a movie setting, like when you're forcing a laugh, it's sort of, I don't think it was coming off right.
Yeah.
And he's just done one of these Steve Carell things and everyone's just cracked up laughing and got it in one take after that. So he's professional, you know what I mean? He knew what the director needed. And Jen Gardner was cool. She'd go around and say hello to everyone.
She seems nice. She
was super nice. So yeah, that was an amazing experience. One of my best experiences in Thunder for sure. But,
and at least a lot of things, right? Like I did it for a year. You did it for 12?
Yeah, I just left not too long ago. So I mean, it was 10 or 11 years, and then COVID, and then I left. I came back. I came back for 4 months. Once we came back from COVID, that was an interesting one too. And then I ended up leaving and starting my own thing. So
yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, you get off on a plane and you're a nobody, and all of a sudden you're a somebody.
Yeah,
it's weird to get your head around.
It is. I mean, it's like I said, I sort of was just doing me the whole time.
Especially being Australian, like we're very just very genuine, very easygoing. Don't really think too much, and then when suddenly you put on this pedestal, I remember going out for the first time, the first night I got there, and I was just like, the tension, like the way people treated you.
Yeah, I mean, it was...
it's kind of weird, right?
It was weird, but it was kind of nice, you know?
It was cool,
It's kind of cool to be like, you know, go to a club and not be that person that's sort of, you know, lining up for $20 drinks and stuff. It was kind of nice to like...
Yeah, you could skip lines.
And you got tables and stuff. So it was definitely a good experience. It sort of spoilt me, to be honest. Now I'm like the thought of going to a club and doing what I like, standing in line, and I'm like...
I was going to say, what is... I know when I got out, I know it was kind of humbling. I was like, oh, you're suddenly somebody and now you're just regular again.
Yeah, that's right.
How's that been for you?
Oh, I mean...
Because 12 years of it, I'm sure...
I mean, I went through my stage of loving it, you know what I mean? And then I got past that stage and it became just a job, and I stopped going out years ago, to be honest, like about four or 5 years before that. And then doing the TV experience, as amazing as it was still like work. Like you'd have to, you'd finish work at 1 o'clock in the morning, get home at 1 o'clock in the morning, have to be on a flight at 5 o'clock in the morning. So stuff like that, you know, when we'd be flying to like LA and doing stuff. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was still an amazing experience. It just got to a stage when it was, so when I and also COVID had just finished when I left. So I'd just gone, a year and a half of not working and doing the normal life thing. So it wasn't that bad of a transition for me. But it was like I said, I definitely got spoiled when I go out, like having to line up in lines now and stuff like that. So,
I mean, you're still blasted on half the billboards.
They still.
Like, there's a lot of old billboards out there, and you're on a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, I did the last billboard shoot. I'm surprised I haven't done a new one, to be honest, because on that billboard now, I think there's only I think there's one guy left in it. Might be two guys.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I think he just left in the show. But I thought they were going to, I thought they were going to do a new billboard this year, but they haven't done it. So
Gotcha.
holding on to it.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. I was never there when they did the billboard shoot.
Yeah.
So that's one of my regrets. That would have been cool.
Yeah, they only do a billboard shot once every 5 years or so. It depends on. I think it depended on the cast and who was still there and who wasn't. Because I know the billboard, my first billboard, I was lucky enough to get on one my first year. Timing was right, you know what I mean. And the billboard before that was about 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So
yeah, all those guys weren't even around.
yeah, they'd been gone 2 or 3 years. So I just got lucky and just kept getting lucky, you know. Timing. I had someone was.
I mean, you're a big, strong, good-looking dude too, so that kind of helps.